Let's get ready, let's get ready, let's get ready to rumble. Oh, yes. Good evening. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker, and today we've got a new live vlog. See, I almost stumbled already. It's not boding well for later, is it? Now then, let me just pop my keyboard over here. Now then, there might be a little bit more echoey situation going on. I don't know what's going to be going on with the old sound tonight, but we'll give it a go. I'm just checking that I've got all of the stuff that I should be happening, and as long as we're good to go, we can crack on and have a jolly good time, hopefully. Now then, I've not got my vlog notes out, obviously, so I will get those out whilst I'm trying to say hello to a few of you. So who have we got in then? So Thomas, hello. Ian, hi, how you doing? Jufka Svensson, Jufka, is that how you pronounce your name? Kaz, how you doing? Tenebrous, TC Vapes, Clabby Doo. Here we got going on there. Cullen Vapes, how you doing? Gareth Mine, Andrew Small, Tom BT, Louisa, hello Louisa. I've got an apology for you in a moment. And Schwarzy, Mr. Ian Schward, the writer of many wonderful vlogs on blogs on vapingbiker.co.uk is in the house. Who else have we got going on? Once again, we'll do a few hellos and all that sort of good stuff to start things off, and then once we've got those out of the way, then we'll spend a little bit of a time on the normal kind of vloggy stuff, and then we'll open it up. We'll have some chat, and during that sort of vlog time, I may not be paying a whole hell of a lot of attention to the fucking chat. but hopefully we get it's the best way that I can figure out to incorporate people that are that watch this on a replay as well, you see. So I'm trying to cover everybody. Anyway, what we got? John D, what's up from Dallas? Hello, Dallas. Hussein from Belgium, hello sir, how are you? Nice to see you, thank you very much. There's a lot of new people in the chat tonight, thank you very much indeed. Infomatech, oi, no Tarot and Parrots tonight. How are we doing? Deborah Connor, welcome. Welcome Louisa, Deborah, Kaz, and all of the 4% VIP members. Well done for you guys, or ladies, should I say? No. And what else we got going on? Aaron Dehaan. Hello from Holland. Hello from the UK. Nice to see you. Risky Endeavour. Hello to you. How you doing? Figurist 68. Greets from Italy. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Olison Giddison. I am alive on the internet now. Well, that's good. Now then, I'm going to probably say this. I'll tell you in a minute, Louisa. I will probably say this again, but any kind of serious trolling behavior will ultimately get you kicked out, and it's just banned from the channel, and that's it, because there's no need for it. If you don't like it, if you don't like what I'm doing, give it a thumbs down and go and do something creative with your evening. Kevin Murphy, hello to Canada. How are you doing? James McDonough, Adam Hill, how are we doing? Henry Ford, that's a cool name. Nice to see you. Vaping Hermit, nice to see you. Mosaic Art Workshops by Artifact. Now that seems like a YouTube channel. I think I might kind of be into going and checking that bad boy out. So yeah, there's a few bits and bobs going on, so I will get to a few more of those odds and sods in a little while. But one of the reasons about the troll thing is last week it kind of threw me off a bit, because I've been feeling quite ropey for a while now, and it's all down to the fibromyalgia and ankylosing spondylitis. But I have been feeling sort of quite ropey, and the reason I wanted to apologize to Louisa and her very nice man, rock star that he is because I think I met a few people at Vape Fest and I wasn't fully engaged. I wasn't my normal jolly kind of concentrating and focused self, and that's just because I was feeling ropey as fuck, to be honest with you. So I apologize if I met you at Vape Fest and I was all kinds of wobbly, and also I apologize for losing my mind a little bit at the last vlog. So yeah, sorry about that. All right then, I am drinking some tea while we're doing stuff, a little bit of product placement of my own stuff. Vapingbiker.co.uk in the merchandise store. Right, what else have we got going on here? Jules Gilchrist, hello. Hello. What else we got? Brian Miller, Deborah Connor, Guybrush, Threepwood, Coffee Junkie, absolutely. Nikki Vapes, hello. Good afternoon, Virginia. Nikki, thank you very much for joining me over there. What else we got going on? Austin, that's very cool. I'm very pleased to know that. I did make a super duper effort, so I was trying not to be a miserable shitbag, but unfortunately, I think it was a bit challenging. So you know, we get there in the end. Now then, what was the website again? Oh, vapingbiker.co.uk. Da 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 da. So yeah, what we got? We've got another 4 minutes, and then we'll crack into things. It's just this first 10 minutes just to say hi to people, and then all that sort of good stuff. So if you are watching this on replay, just forward wind it 10 minutes, and then we'll be getting into things. Shady Vapes is in the house. Vape Ninja. Your set is a lot less cluttered. Absolutely. And I'll talk about that in a little while. Legion Vapes is in the house. Hello, Legion Vapes. How you doing? What else we got? Is there anyone that I've not said hello to? Mike Flower, I don't think. Brian Etris. I don't think I've said Etris. Is it Etris? I think I've said hello to you. Say hello. Sinistral. That's a cool name. I like that. That's another kind of YouTube channel that I want to check out. I do hope that's got cool stuff on it. What else have we got going on there? The Vaping Brummy, Andy H, nice to see you too. What else we got? Halo Clouds, me. All righty, you. Are you definitely going to Expo in October, bud? Yes, I am always rolling. I will absolutely 100% be there. Everything is all booked up and raring to go. So yes, I will, and I'll be trying to. I might have some kind of enforced coma for a week beforehand, just so I can get my sleep up. Mr. Todd is in the house, and thank you very much. Mr. Todd is looking after chat, just in case there are any fuck knuckles out there, and hopefully there are not this evening. How's the super secret printing going, Infomatic? Very well, thank you very much indeed. That's something I can talk about later on, not tonight, but hopefully very, very soon. Al Ashton, hello. Those are some cheeky questions. But thank you very much for coming and joining in. As always, Lewis, thank you very much for coming in. And I'm loving this 4% club. It's really building up nicely in the live vlog. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, I will continue to push harder to get the t-shirt underway. Now I'm very aware that this my microphone is kind of there, and if I kind of move it out of shot, well, I can't move it out of shot, so it does look a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? Shall I move it to a side? Does that look a little bit better? Does that look better? Can you still hear me okay? I imagine you can still hear me okay. That might be a little bit more comfortable, maybe, for all of us. Is it? Anyway then, Lassie, hey you handsome devil there. Absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. Couple of people asking about the background. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Hussein S. Sire, I've learned so many things from your videos. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry for completely buggering up saying your name. I'm terrible. What else we got? Any other Fergal cast vlog? There we go. Nice to see you. Born to Vape. Thank you very much indeed. I do certainly try. Dustin Vapor, you rock, biker. You rock, Dustin. Thank you. Thank you so much. What else we got going on here? What else? Anyone else, or shall we get into things? I think we can probably go a little, we can probably get into a little bit of things, can't we? So let's have a vape first. Let's do that, shall we? Let's do that first, and then we can get into having a little bit of a chatty poos. Now then, so why have I done this background? Well, now there was a particularly uncharming chap commented on my on one of my videos of late, and saying that my my wall needed a coat of paint. Clearly was unaware that it was a background. So that I've not done this because of that guy, but it did get me thinking, and I did start wondering whether I would whether I needed a bit of a freshen up, a little bit of a freshen up for the ladies. a little bit of a freshen up to give the channel a bit of a different look. But at the same time, I will be starting another channel that isn't vape related. So I was kind of trying out a couple of ideas for kind of backgrounds and all that sort of stuff. So because I've got a grey wall, I thought it would be a kind of a cool idea to maybe go for a little bit of that unbox therapy kind of vibe with sort of a light in the background and then graduating out, which kind of would work, but we're not graduating out that well. In fact, if I turn out one of these lights here, you can see there's not really very much graduation going on at all. I have got a dirty grey light behind me going up into the wall, but I need to focus that in a little bit more. So it's a work in progress. But also there was the other idea that while I have a great deal of mods on show normally, I don't know whether that puts people off, or whether that, because, you know, people think, well, what are you showing off for, you Wankstein, or whether it's kind of, if it's a good thing to have stuff in the background. Because I mean, obviously some channels have just loads of gear in the background and some channels not so much. So I don't know, I don't really know. So let's say I thought I'd give this a bit of a try out just for the other channel that I'll be doing anyway. So yeah, that's why we've got this going on in the background. So I've had a bit of a change around in the studio, so I can still have the normal background for the normal vaping reviews, and then I can sort of flip over onto this if I want to. Mike Flower, thank you very, very much indeed. That's very kind of you. That £10 will go towards the vet fund. Thank you so much. Now, a few people have asked if there is another way of contributing to the vet fund and various other bits and bobs in the channel, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on as well, because there's you know, something that you probably will expect to some degree. But let's have a little look and see what's going on. So yeah, I'm always interested to hear what you guys think of having something a little bit plainer in the background, because while I do want, I think I'm going to get a sort of a grey photography backdrop, so I can then kind of, that'll soak up some of the light, because if I put too much focus light on it, because there's a slight sheen to the wall, it just blows out and it's far too bright for anything. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to go with. I mean, I think there's a slight looks like I'm doing a big head. So I think there's a slight graduation to a slightly darker grey on the outside, but nowhere near what I'm hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, it's let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts, and if you're watching this on playback, I'm really interested to see what happens once the Google Hangouts has obviously kind of squashed things, and then YouTube themselves have squashed things. So it might look absolute dog turd, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on, shall we? Haven't got my vlog notes out, you know. Let's make that happen. Oh, bear with me, professional. I hate that. Bear with me. Arr, I'm not a bear. Fuck off. Right, where are we? Here they are. Got some notes, not many, but I've got some. Now then, oh, there's lots of things. My chat kind of stopped. Let's have a little thing going on here. So yes, so right, CJ, or doesn't like, I don't like. I'm assuming you're talking about the background there. Is there anything else going on? Is there any other opinions in there? Something darker would help. Absolutely, halo clouds. That's why I think maybe a darker grey background would be useful, and also material, so it's not quite as shiny. So that should be good. Guybrush Threepwood, I like the old background. Thank you very much indeed. I value your opinion. Get a blue screen, Dean, and have random holiday locations in the background. No, fuck that. I did try green screening and blue screening ages ago, and I was going to do it when I was on the Ideal Home show, and I thought it was kind of good fun, and then I just thought it was a bit cheesy as fuck, so I didn't bother with it in the end. What else we got going on here? How's your night going right so far? Not bad. I'm a bit warm. I'm a bit flushed in the face. I might look a little bit pink, but there we go. Yeah, so it's a thing. Just don't go all rip trippers. No, I'm not green screening. It's not happening. Not happening. What's the other channel going to be about? Well, the other channel is kind of going to be like non-vapey stuff. So there'll be some kind of tech reviews on there. I'm going to just about to do a review to start the channel off on the new camera, and a few other kind of techie kind of bits and bobs and shit and things and stuff. And I might also do a couple of kind of regular non-vapey vlogs going out on there as well. So it just gives me a chance to do things like use the drone a bit more and do a few more odds and sods bits and spills and things and shit and stuff, you see. So I wanted another outlet, so I didn't put everything that I just got super excited about on this channel, particularly if it's not vaping related. And once again, there's something that I'm going to come to about that in a little while. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing for tonight. But I think I will probably go back to the normal background for vaping stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how we go on. Excuse me. Now then, it's a little bit. It's not the most exciting, is it? Now then, Addy Toonies. Addy Toonie in the house. Bonjour. Vape Geek is in the house. Bonjour. Now then, I've got some juice going on here that I made on Fresh 03's show on Saturday, and I'm really unsure about it. I have not made my mind up at all. Anyway, should we get into the vlog? Should we do what we're all here to do rather than me just talk bollocks? So then, in fact, I wonder if I put this fan on if you hear it. You might hear it. Let me know if you hear that. There's a fan going on right now. I'll be quiet. And I'll turn it off again. So in that quiet minute, let me know if you heard the fan. Lucky Vapes is not messing around. Background's crap, mate. All right, fair enough. Thank you very much for your constructive criticism. Much appreciated. Have you tried the poo-poo drag yet? Yes, I have. I didn't like it at all, but there is a write-up on vapingbiker.co.uk from Mr. Schwar, who I passed mine on to do the write-up for. So yeah, that's on there. So go and check that out because I agree with him. Didn't hear the fan. That's good. So I can pop that bad boy on and hopefully not sweat my bollocks off. We'll give it a go. Good. Right. So if you do start hearing it, if there's anything weird going on, then please do let me know. Have I got a ghost in the background? Right. I can't see it. Anyway, all righty, fucking then. So things that have come into the review queue. Now then, there's this, and I cannot tell you how completely unexcited I am about this. This is so much so these came in like a week ago, mate. No, just less than a week ago, and I have I've not even taken the cellophane off. But we've got the thermo things from Inikin, which just look some. Why would you put glass on tanks? Why would that be a thing? Why would you do that? So yeah, I do not understand that at all. Now I'm unsure whether they're going to get a review or not, but they're there. I will put something together at some point in time so I can at least try one before I poo-poo it completely. But I'm thinking there's a strong chance that it will all not get reviewed. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks stupid, says All Church. Oh, this. I thought you were talking about my wall still. This? Are you talking about this, All Church? That's the one Mr. Todd hates. Absolutely. He's not a fan. And I just by looking at it, I can kind of concur. I don't know why on a dripper there's the glass for a start. That just seems obscene. But secondly, the idea, we know that cyclonic air does bugger all. So I can't see. I was trying to find somebody. If you happen to use, what's the software? What's the software? There is some software that I asked people about on my Vaping Biker Facebook wall not so long ago, purely because I've created a couple of 3D drawings of atomizers, and what I'm looking for is for someone to be able to run it through some software. The name I can't remember. It begins with S though. It begins with S. I'm looking. Just to see if we can have some kind of a virtual, you know, thing, making it look like it's working job. You know what I mean? It's one of those days. So yeah, it's a thing. So hopefully we can make that happen, because unfortunately my 3D software doesn't, or my CAD software doesn't allow me to do that. So SolidWorks, Addy Tooney says SolidWorks, fucking right, that's the one. Oh, and a few other people did as well. Austin, Vape Geek, and yeah, absolutely, SolidWorks. That's the one. So I want a SolidWorks person to help me out, run a few kind of, you know, what are they called? I can't believe that my brain is not working to this level tonight. It's shocking. But yeah, so anyway, so hopefully we can get something sorted out at some point in time, because yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway, what else have we got going on here? We got CAD design. Yeah, I've designed it in CAD already, Stephen. Peter's Pipes, Minecraft. No, although my webcam. Oh, I'm getting a new router tomorrow. That's very exciting. Expensive? No, not entirely. Simulations, that's the word I was looking for, Jonathan. Thank you very much indeed. You're my hero. But yes, it is jolly expensive. So yeah, I've got the kind of a couple of basic designs for it. I just need it to, you know, get the simulations run. So we'll see how we get on. Anyway, where did I go to then? What did I start talking about? Let's talk about other stuff that's come in, shall we? So then, there's not been a whole hell of a lot. Like I said in the last review, I've turned down a lot of products of late just because I've got a lot of stuff to do in my review queue. Now then, there is I have made some headway in it, so hopefully I think we can make some pretty big damage very soon. I did say in the last one as well that I wanted to try and do a video a day, and once again, unfortunately, that hasn't been able to happen either, purely because I've been a poorly bunny. So yeah, hopefully though, we can make that a thing moving forward. So there we go. Build your own router. No, there are so many things that I could royally fuck up doing that. So no. But no, I've got another one coming tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of an improvement with that. Fingers crossed. And I also want to try and do things like incorporate the chat into this, which means going through the other software that I've used for my Twitch channel, but I've not used it through Google Hangouts yet. So we'll see how we get on with all of that sort of stuff. Now then. Everyone should give Dean a thumbs up. Oh, that's very kind of you. Is the thumbs down still there? Is that still there? Is that still on there? Now then, tried the Funky 160 mods. That is what I'm using right here. I'm using the Funky 160 at the moment, and I have been using it on and off for the last week, or maybe a little bit longer now actually. And I'm not. Yeah, I still think that this screen is just far too busy. It's ridiculous. So I think that's a bit nasty. I think the fact that we have that overhang of the Yeti on the front, I think that's a bit rubbish. And I'm not entirely sure about these resin doors yet. What I want to do before I do the review on this is I want to have a go at polishing one up, because they've got a real kind of matte finish going on at the moment. But I think if these were all polished up, I think that could make them look even sexier. So I'm going to have a little blast of that on the other pair of doors that they did send me for this. So we'll see how that goes. Now then, what else we got going on? So I did say someone that, I saw somebody that said, yeah, I've just made I've made a live video for once. Well, thank you very much. I didn't see who you were, but thank you very much indeed. And once again, while I'm doing just the normal vlog section at the start of this video, then I'm not going to be paying a whole hell of a lot of attention to the chat, but I will do that a little bit more so in a little while. Should you do a super chat, so you donate to the channel, then yes, YouTube takes like 30% of it or whatever it is. that money does go to the vet fund that I've got for when we had Dizzy. So yeah, so that's, if you do want to super chat, that means that it sort of pops up in a different color and I can't help but see it. So that's the thing, it's there if you want it, but I'm not pushing it for you. Chris Lee, new backdrop, absolutely. And yes, I talked about it at the start. Unsure whether it's going to be a permanent thing or not. If not, it may go on to my other channel, but we'll see how we go about that one. I've still got to, I'll let you all know when I do launch the other channel as well, just in case anyone kind of is interested in just random stuff. It may be good, it may not be good, who knows. We'll see how we get on. Now then, let's have a little look. Something else that's come in, and I think I said about it last week, and I said it was in the box. But while I was on Fresh's show, I mixed up a couple of flavors, and I needed something to try it on. Everything I was using seemed to be a squonker, so at that time, or needed rebuilding. So I quickly threw together the Bolt RDA. Now, and that's, yeah, it's not going to focus, but yeah, this is the Bolt, and it is essentially, it's just a kind of a clamp style job going on there. And the great thing about this is the clamps that are on it are, what are they? They are sprung. That's the word. If I move this light back a little bit, hold you on, I'll be with you in a second. Can't be a little bit of random stuff while you're doing things. There you go. You might be able to see it a little bit better there. Yeah, so it's still got the clamps on it, but they're sprung, which makes inserting coils way easier, which is pretty darn handy, really. So so that's pretty good. It was dead easy to build on, and the vape quality, to be honest, I wasn't overly fussed. I thought it was kind of going to be a like a Goon-esque kind of clone, but actually it turns out to be not too bad at all. So yeah, it's doing a fine job. It's doing a fine job. What else have we got going on here? Let's have a little look. Yeah, the Bolt looks good. So it's it probably will get a review, to be honest with you. It probably will. Now then, what else is happening? Now, something I don't think I've shown you, but I did get at Vape Fest. Obviously, I showed you the mech, and look at that patina going on that bad boy. That's a beast, isn't it? I have used this a lot. So that's the 1111 mech with the Buddha V2, I think it is, going on the top of that, which is absolutely corking. And cloudy as you like. But at the same time, when I was there, I also got this big bad boy. Now, this is the Buddha Z or Buddha Z. And so it's a big, is it 30 mil? I think it's 30 mil. I think it's 30 mil. Let me just check on this for you. 30 mil at the base, at least. Yeah, 30 mil at the base, but it does have a waist where it goes down to sort of just under 29. 28 3/4 ish. Yeah, so it's got a little bit of a kind of a funky shape going on there. And I think that's kind of a cool looking RDA for a big lump, you know. Now then, I did put a rather chunky single coil build. I put the single coil parallel build in there that I used in, or I showed people how to make in a video that I did a couple of weeks ago, just before I reviewed the Death Trap. So yeah, so that, where's the juice gone? There it is. So I've stuck one of those in there. I'm rocking it. It came out at a cheeky 0.19, and I'm rocking it at 66.6 watts. Now then, the coil placement on here isn't the best because there is some postage getting in the way, but yeah, 66.6 watts. You can kind of see that. There we go. And clouds for days. Clouds for days, I tell you. So no, it's actually pretty darn good flavor as well. Now, I had the original big monster Buddha, which I put on my Stack 26650 mod, and that had surprisingly good flavor for being such a big monster of an RDA. Now, this one also has a great flavor, so I'm really excited to try out a bunch of builds, but I only stuck a build in that for the first time today, so I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that a bit later on. But people whinging about my patina. Oh, it doesn't really smell too coppery. Doesn't. No, doesn't really at all. It's very good. Fantastic. Fabulous. Right then. What's that? Richard Crawford. Hi, Dean and Todd. Hello. What else we got going on here? Ramo to you says, Dean, try using the Gorge Ultim cap on the TM24 Skywalker Conspiracy or other decks. I swear it makes one of them the best flavor RDAs out there, especially the Skywalker. I haven't got the Skywalker. I think I've got a Twisted Message 24. I have. But yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. What else have we got? No penny smell. No penny smell. No, not at all. I don't know if it tastes of pennies. Tastes a little bit penny-y. Tastes a little bit fresh. And I'd like an e-liquid that tasted like that. Anyway, have I got the Recoil Rebel yet? No, I have not, Edward. What else have we got going on here? You're all having a nice chat, which is good. I like it. I like it when people kind of get involved with each other in the chat. That makes me happy. Now then, this setup is the 1111 from Vapors Cloud with the Buddha V2, I think it is, on the top, and that Buddha Z or Buddha Z, on the count of not being American, that Buddha is on the G class there. So yeah, it's a bit of a beast. Now then, what else have we got that's come in? Right, not vaping related, but I really wanted this because of something because I thought it'd be really handy for the videos. So when I do kind of a live video from events, I can get some really nice smooth footage, as well as while I'm in the studio, I can get some nice sort of, pardon me, some pans and nice swish things like that. Now, GearBest have asked me quite a lot if I will review a lot of their vape gear. However, I get a lot of the gear in before they do, so that doesn't really help. So we had a bit of a chat, and because it's something I can use, we've got a gimbal. Now, if I turn the gimbal on, this is the Zhiyun Smooth Q. Now then, let me just pop my phone on for a minute, because this is something that I think I might pop on the channel, on this channel, purely because for those of you that do go to vape events and the like, you may kind of be into the idea of having something like this to show you what's going on. So there it is there, and I can move that around all over the place. Boom. And it's pretty damn smooth. You see that? It's super smooth and funky. So I think this is going to be something that is going to work out really well when I do go to vape events and stuff. But also I'm going to be using it in the studio as well. So yeah, I think I'll be interested to know if you guys are into that kind of thing as well as me or not, or whether it's just because I'm a dirty great big geek. It could go either way. So yeah, that's the thing. Now then, I have noted, by the way, so far that the software that you can put on your phone for the Smooth Q, if you've got an Android, is a bit gash. If you've got an iPhone, then it's a bit good. So, you know, what can you do? But yeah, I use a glide cam. Are you talking about a slider there? Who's that? Layer Vapes. I actually made a couple of sliders, and I did use them, but I wanted a little bit more kind of freedom with what I was doing. So yeah, so it's a little bit of a thing. It's a thing. We'll see how we get on. Now then, am I going to review the 1111? Ask TC Vapes. Absolutely. I certainly will do. That will be in the queue. In fact, that may be getting reviewed reasonably soon, and I'll also do a polish up with it as well, because I'm using this Town Talk copper cleaner. I think it's Town Talk, and it's actually really bloody good, and it's really non-invasive on soft copper mods as well, which is great. Ellisfield, what up Ellisfield, how you doing? Now then, how are you going to mount on your scooter? Now I have actually come up with I've done a 3D design for a mount for a sort of a holder of things for my little scooter while I'm herring around. So that's you know, clever chap. Now, what else have we got going on here? Good for fishing, that gimbal. Okay, then. Is Todd trolling me? Is Todd trolling me? Todd Todd unfortunately can because he's an admin. You had to go live stream on Game of Thrones night, didn't you? Hello, Peter Meach. Yes, mate, I did. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't understand it, and I don't kind of. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. So we've talked about that before. So anyway, there we go. So Liam Shepherd's in the house. Hello, nice to see you. Jim from York, have you tried the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA? Yes. Yes, I have. And I've got that sitting right there. And currently it annoys me. It annoys me greatly. I see no real valid reason for its existence, to be honest with you. So that's my feeling with it currently. So we'll have to see how we get on with that. Mesh is for wicking. It's not for a coil, in my opinion. But there we go. Carl Messer, Dean, how's the bike? It's still not in. It's still not got a third wheel. So that's there. Is there any RTA better than Reload? Don't know. Don't review RTAs, and I haven't got a Reload. So. that's a big thumbs down on everything, isn't it, really? Sorry, I can't be more helpful on that one. What else have we got going on then? Oi, what's this then? Tandy, hello, thank you very much indeed. It's me, bonjour. It annoys Jenny users more, I bet, says Austin Green. For the Mesh, absolutely, I would think so. The Jenny users have kind of been pretty solid with Mesh for some time. So then, we've also got the speeder. I've been using that recently, and I found out I had a Serpent sub-tank kicking around, and I did look at this ages ago, probably last year now, and when I was a bit poorly the other day, I thought I would just pull out a sub tank, and I didn't have a sub tank that I had coils for that would give me a sort of a reasonably kind of tight go on. So yeah, so I've got that on there, and I forgot how fucking loud they are. You ready for this? What? Guybrush 3 has donated €6 to the Dizzy Fund. Thank you very much indeed. That's very, very kind of you, or the Vet Fund rather. What's the coolest thing you found at the vape show, at the at Vape Fest? The coolest thing, I don't know. I think it would be the coolest couple of things that I brought away from it. Possibly could be the rather posh KO from Chris Scott Mods, which is going to be up for review this coming week. Or, I mean, I'm loving this 1111. I think that's a very, very cool setup. But also the very, very affordable sub £100 Beehive, which I think for the money, I think is very, very good indeed. So Liam, you're going to have to look back at the start of the old video today to understand where the background's gone. Are you reviewing the Dodge V4 RDA? Dodge V4 RDA? I haven't been asked to. I wasn't super complimentary about their tank when they came out with that ages ago, so I don't know if they'd send it to me, to be honest with you. Dean, when you went to Austria, how did you go through airport security at this end regarding mods and batteries? Okay, so what I used was I haven't got it near me. I've got a Coil Master case kind of thing, and I put everything in there bar juice, and well, apart from one juice in a little baggy thing that was, I think it was under 30 mils. But yeah, so I just had everything open, just opened it up. So people could see the batteries, people could see the mods and all that sort of stuff, and no problem at all. Didn't have an issue with it in the slightest. So that was fine and dandy, and that was neither end. So I didn't get any problems with it whatsoever. So that's pretty cool. Now then, by the way, since the last vlog, what I've done is add in all my video descriptions about what bike I ride, what bikes I've got, and a video showing a vlog last year where you saw the bike. So that's the thing. So that's on there. Now then, what else have we got going on? So I don't think I've had any other new gear in that I haven't already shown you, to be honest with you. I think I've shown you in previous vlogs everything that I've got on the decks at the moment. Now I have got the oh, $2. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Vape Bros Vape. That's very kind. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now then, when it comes to what was I talking about? Fuck. James, have I used Lubrisol for VG and PG? Very cheap. No, I've had for the amount I go through. I tend to use Darkstar just because it's easy. News for regulated dual battery Squonker. Nothing at the moment. Guybrush. Is Mr. Todd joining tonight? Can tell you. Maybe, might not do. You have to ask him. Dean, have you any thoughts on the Silver Wolf Silver Wolf Customs Sith V2? I have no views on it, I'm afraid, because I haven't. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I have. Have I tried the Rebel DNA Squonker? No, I have not. So is there a decent 26650 Squonkers? I tell you one big Squonker that I have got. M-Vapes that are now fine mods did do a fantastic 26650 mechanical Squonker that had a 30ml bottle in it. So it was a big bastard, but I looked at it ages ago. So look back on my channel for that one and you'll see that. But that was a beast. And if he still does those, then that he'll be pretty cool. I can see a load of people have or a load of messages have just got deleted. So Mr. Todd is getting rid of people being annoyed. So thank you very much indeed, Mr. T. Now then, what else we got going on here? Can you throw in a quick come on then? I want to finish my run. Come on then. So there's that. Now then, I know there was something else I wanted. Oh yes, I know what I was going to say. I don't often say before I get stuff in because it's kind of like the kiss of death. But I am getting in a tank that I am going to review, and that's going to be the Vandy Vape Berserker. Is it? From Vapors MD as well as Vandy Vape, and that's because it's a mouth to lung kind of chunky funky looking beastie, and but because it's mouth to lung, we don't get many affordable proper mouth to lung tanks these days. So I said I'd give it a go. If it's a proper mouth to lung, then I'll be happy. If it's not, then I'll be very unhappy, and I will make sure I tell you all. But that's one tank that is probably going to slip through the net. TC Vapes, you're awesome. Thank you very much. So then, any plans on being any vape shows with Mark and Mike Vape? They haven't asked me since I had to cancel the first one for emotional reasons, and then when they asked me to go back, I was in Austria. They haven't asked me to go back again. So I have said in the past, so I'm up for it whenever they are. So if they ask me, I will be on it. Now then, what else we got going on? Anything else there? I don't think so. I don't think. I've been very interested in the Berserker tank. Absolutely, Stephen. And it looks like it's going to be something that could be very, very good. Now, Vapors MD, that kind, I think it's a group, isn't it? Vapors MD. But is it Alex? I think Alex heads it up. I think I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think with what he's done. Oh, you don't need to see that, dear. With his experience, I imagine it could be pretty good. So that's why I really want to show it out there, and because it's Vandy Vape, I imagine it's going to be that sub £30 range, which we haven't really seen since the Digiflavor tanks, whatever they were. Can't remember the name of them. So that's why I'm going to be showing you guys that one anyway. Now then, did Digiflavor bring out a 24mm version of the Siren? Yes, they did. I'm sure they did. Is there any news on the replacement Geekbox G-Box? No, there isn't. There isn't, none as yet. What the hell happened to the wall? All explained at the start of the video, buddy. Now then, DJ LSB, absolutely, my friend, absolutely. So it's just a bit of a different look that I'm trying out for the other channel when that kicks into go. Heard anything about the 24mm Death Trap? I've seen it, but I haven't used it, and I'd like to try it. Bones of the Scatter. I'd like to try it because I think it'll be pretty darn sweet, but I haven't done as yet. What's your understanding of Nick salts? I believe they kind of get into your system a little bit quicker, generally higher Nick levels, and a little bit smoother than regular nicotine, but not something. I've tried one. I've tried some Dr. Salts in one of the pipes, but I've not really kind of formulated a view on them as yet. Jennifer Huddleston, thank you so much for the $30. That's very, very kind, Jennifer. I really do appreciate that. That will go straight to the vet bill money. So thank you so much for that one. What else we got going on here? Someone else has contributed. A couple of people. Grandpa, thank you very much for the £5. That's very, very kind of you. If you do want me to say anything, or have got any questions when you do a little super chat donation, feel free to ask away. What else have we got going on? Vape Ross Vapes, another couple of dollars. Thank you very much indeed, Vape Ross Vape. This is you're a lovely bunch. You are. No, but thank you so much. So after having those donations, that kind of takes me on to the next section. So that is going to be more about kind of YouTube and how YouTube is going at the minute. Now we all know about the flagging. I imagine a lot of you have seen it thus far. And a lot of reviewers, both vaping and non-vaping alike, have talked about it, and it's certainly a thing. Now I was actually watching it kind of happen live for my channel. It all went over and started with the flagging process on Saturday night. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and literally every single one of my videos got yellow flagged. And what I mean by yellow flagged is when you've got, if you're unaware of it, I'll try and go through it quickly if you are, essentially when you put a YouTube video up, if you allow advertiser stuff to go on there, so you get a little time, I mean it's a minuscule amount that you earn from YouTube, but you get a little bit more coming back from that one, then you get a little green badge, and the green badge says yes, it's monetized and it's all fine and dandy. And previously, up until Saturday night, if you didn't get it monetized, if you chose not to monetize it, or they took the monetization away, then it would be a black badge. Since then, they've introduced a kind of an orangey yellow badge, and that's it's a bugger, because currently we have no strong definition about them. Vape Ross Vape, thank you very much indeed. Another one, flag them all. I don't know what you want about. Oh, yes, it is. So yeah. So anyway, Saturday night, all of my videos, literally every single one of them, got yellow badge, and it was a nightmare. But then over the space of the next kind of hour and a half, it went to only a few of them were yellow badge, then some of them were not, and some of them were, and it kind of kept sort of changing around. And I even looked at it a couple of times, and there was no denomination at all about whether they were monetized or not, and so it was going all over the place. It just seemed to be chaos. Now, since then, it did kind of calm itself down, and I have got some that are still yellow badged, and that's a thing. Now, what this means is it's not friendly for all advertisers. So some advertisers can still put stuff on there, but not all of them. So this is where you kind of think to yourself, well, does YouTube have different tiers of advertisers? And so, you know, it would be fairly easy to move them around if that was the case, but who knows? But no, what it means also is you can't appeal the decision unless you've had 1,000 views in the last 7 days. So all of the previous videos that have been out, that have been yellow badged, which are these little things that might only get kind of a couple of hundred views a month, you know, they all help to the upkeep of the channel, but yeah, you can't do anything about it. So screw you, says YouTube, and that's how that goes on. So that's fun. Now then, what that means now is once I put up a video, if they yellow flag it, I can then appeal it, and away you go, because obviously I get kind of 4,000 or 5,000 views plus in the first week, so we can see how we get on. But no, at the minute it is all a bit of a nightmare, and because of this, people have been kind of hypothesizing about what causes the flagging, whether it's extra swearing, although you can swear as long as it's in context. Now, my bloopers video got flagged, and I'm kind of okay with that, because there was lots of swearing in it of me just going fuck, fuck, fuck. so you know, whilst it was in context with that style of video, I can kind of understand that, so fair enough, that one's okay. But the other couple of things that we've looked at is vaping. Is it relevant to vapors? And no, there is no evidence on that whatsoever. However, I have been pushing the YouTube creator team to get some information about YouTube's opinion on vaping, and every single time I've pushed, literally maybe three emails a day since Saturday night. They dodge it every single time. There is no flat out answer about YouTube's opinion on vaping, which is a bit sucky, to be honest. But anyway, because of the amount of content, the amount of channels that are getting kind of hit with this, it's very, very unlikely to be vaping. I had a t-shirt video where I just showed, around Christmas time, I told people that they only had sort of that day or something to order t-shirts, and that got done. So you know, there's no logic there. There is no logic. There is talk about sponsorship and whether that's a thing and whether that's contributory to it. But once again, nothing to prove that that is absolutely the case. One of the things that I thought was, because when you're vaping, you're blowing out vapor, does some kind of the algorithm they use, whilst it probably will listen to what we say, if it actually takes a kind of imagery of the video as well, or kind of records a level of the imagery so it doesn't have nudity and all that stuff in it, does it then think that the vapor is then smoke and therefore adverse to the, or against the YouTube terms of service when it comes to tobacco products? That could be a thing, but there's no way of telling. So yeah, it's a thing. Now, this does mean that because of my illness, I don't have a normal day job. I don't also claim kind of unemployment benefit or anything like that. So what I do is I do a few bits and pieces for people outside of vaping, and I do a couple of things sort of within it. One thing that I'm working on at the moment, which hopefully I'll be able to tell you about very, very soon. There are sometimes things that we have to look at to understand if there's other ways that we can support the channel, because people obviously always say, well, you get so much free shit. Well, it's not, because, you know, I've got a £1,500 computer sitting there. I've got a £800 camera sitting there. I've got lighting. I've got microphones, boom arms and things and stuff. And getting a £50 mod does not pay for that. When I do sell something, usually it's around about the 50% retail mark of the, you know, and I sell it on my Vape and Biker Facebook page. But no, you know, most of the time I try and keep hold of things for raffles, because we like to create some money to go to a good cause, and that's more important than me earning from everything. So, you know, I don't sell a whole bunch of gear, and so there's no way of making, you know, of converting that to paying for that, you know. So yeah, I'm looking at various bits and bobs for that. Now, I've always said that I'm not going to do Patreon. While it's cool that people do, it's not something that I'm super hyped about. But also at the same time, I have had a lot of messages asking if people can contribute to the vet fund and various bits and bobs without going through super chat, so YouTube doesn't take away some of that money. And so I have been thinking about whether to do like having a GoFundMe thing that's just there and it's constantly open. So if anyone does fancy it, then they can. If they don't, then, you know, that's fine too. I have thought about the Patreon side of things, to be able to kind of give people easier access to some, not all, of the raffles and all that. Pardon me. But no, I don't know. I'm unsure. So if you are, if you're watching this on the replay, especially because I'm not going to be able to pay attention to everybody that puts things in the chat, I would really, really like your opinion. I mean, what do you think of YouTube reviewers in the vaping environment? Because it also seems to be very different in vaping compared to pretty much anything else in YouTube. With regards to, you know, if you're a tech reviewer, or if you're doing whatever, then you can have affiliate links and things, and everyone's fine and dandy with it and doesn't question your integrity. But in vaping, people just fucking lose their mind over it. So, you know, let me know what you think, because, you know, I don't have paid adverts. No one pays me for anything. I don't do stuff. I have had a little bit of a look around about getting something like beard oil sponsorship, but I've had no luck with that as yet. So I don't know. I'm just really interested to know what you think, whether either of the options that I've discussed are things that you think would doubt, or would make you doubt my integrity as a reviewer, or whatever else. So please do give me your comments on that, because I'm really, really interested to hear. Now then, now I need to do something. I just realized that there's something that I haven't done that's quite important. Hold on a second. Oh dear. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Hold on, I'll be with you. Boom. There we go. Crack on. So there we go. Let's have another little look at the let's have a little look at this. Do a Patreon. Thank you very much, Joel. Thank you very much for that. That's good to know. Joe Chung, do a Patreon. Thank you very much indeed. What else have we got going on? Anyone else saying anything else? Can you vape beard oil? No, Ruth. No, you can't. That would not be a good thing. Max, lots of folks do a Patreon, and I just wish I had the money to help you all. Well, this is the other thing. If you watch maybe kind of like 5 reviewers and everyone does a Patreon, then you're not going to be able to support all of them, are you? So, you know, it's a funny old fucking game. I don't know. But you know, you've got to think of these sort of things. It's all a big hoo-ha. Being a big fat cripple doesn't help, to be honest with you. But you know, we're getting there. You can ram it, Beardy, says Todd. Doesn't matter what you do, people will still moan, says Schwarzy. Absolutely, and I completely agree with that. I think that is, I'm going to be damned if I do and damned if I don't, to be honest with you. Guybrush says Patreon as well. Louisa says Patreon. There's a lot of love for Patreon. I've got to say, I'm quite surprised about that. I thought there'd be a lot more kind of, but I guess we'll see when we get to the replays. That might be a thing. Anyway, so just waiting to see if a chum is popping in or not. Oh yeah, or not. What are you doing? So everyone just type in I heart Mark and see if we can get him coming here, shall we? There he is. Look there.
Hi.
I'm going to present you there just for that. Look.
I'm just seeing if it works in the shed.
Look, there's a valid reason for doing it.
Just, don't you worry. I'll moderate your show for you.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, it's away with a bit of paper.
Liam, could you not get e-liquid sponsorship? No, Liam, that's not something that I'm interested in doing in the slightest, buddy. There you go. Look, we've got some I heart Marks in there. You came in just before you got all. Oh no, he's buggered off again. Patreon is good, but I think VidMe approaches to that is better because people can support. Thank you, Daniel, for that. I mean, I have started a Twitch channel as well for a similar reason. So I'm kind of having a little look-see about the best option with regards to Twitch because you've got a hell of a user base there already, and other things like VidMe as well. Grumpy Vapor says, I fart, Mark. So not I heart, Mark. I fart, Mark.
I frequently fart as well.
Look at the chat. Look, you see, people love you. I heart Buckfast. So, yeah. Anyway, how are you, sir? What have you been up to?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you. I'm just sorry, trying to fill this tank here, or maybe not. How's this for a stupid design? This is. Don't know if you've seen it. Did I show you this? This is the slider from Fogworks.
Okay.
It's got a really. You pull that up, and then you can push it forward, and then you fill it up through there.
Yeah.
But because you've got this big bit at the top. Can't get the yeah.
I think we've seen something like that in the past, and I can't remember who did it, but I'm sure I've seen that. I think the old Cryos had the sort of pulley uppy bit, but that was a side fill. But no, we've certainly had something similar to that before, I think.
Yeah.
If anyone knows in the chat, let me know. I want Mark's heart. There's a lot. Have you looked at the chat? Have you seen it?
No, I should I? No.
There's a lot of love for you there, sir.
Oh, there's Daniel teaching me to suck eggs. Thanks, buddy. I'm lost without you.
What have you done now?
I'm taking the mickey. I just had to get my pipe.
Daniel says that tank was made by Pegasus Vapor Academy.
Yeah, it's kind of like written on it. It's kind of,
You didn't say Pegasus Vapor Academy.
No, it's sold by Fogworks.
Ah, there we
Ah,
go. Ah.
yeah. I mean, what kind of idiot would miss, you know, a name on a mod or an ATI?
Really?
Only an idiot would do that.
Particularly if the name's written up the posts.
Yes. Sorry, Daniel. I honestly, I didn't notice that your name was on the post on the Aura. I'm really sorry.
Shout out UK. What? Shout out UK vape scene on Instagram and Facebook and Lone Vapor. Well, I don't really know if you're advertising yourself or just doing a random there. Todd, are you in Middle Earth at the moment?
No, that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry. No.
Short drip tip tonight, says Ruth.
No, really?
So yeah, there was. Let me get my little vloggy notes out again. See if there's anything that I can challenge you on. So the Bolt, you haven't got that as yet, have you? I think you said no. The Bolt RDA.
I thought you said the bod. I was going to start singing the theme tune there. Actually, nobody on that chat will know who bod was, will they? No, forget it. No, the Bolt. I never had the Bolt. No.
No, fair enough. Now I have got the Thermo, so you know I will be watching your review about how to build that, obviously.
Oh, and in case anybody's interested, on the Thermo, it does come with a squonk pin.
Does it?
It does, yes.
I should probably open it up and have a look.
Yes.
Now then, what else have we got going on? YouTube, yeah. I mean, what do your YouTube has been okay thus far, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do you think about vape reviewers earning extra elsewhere?
No. I really couldn't give it. I mean, we've spoken about this at great length, and at the end of the day, for me, when I switch on YouTube, and I don't watch many reviews anymore, but you know, within the first 5, you watch one review from a reviewer, and you either trust them or you don't. So if you trust them, it doesn't matter if they're getting paid money for doing a review or how they're making their own money. You trust them. If you don't trust them, then switch off. That's my take on it.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, none of us, we all get our trolls. We all get people that are horribly pissed off that we've got a differing opinion to them. So I don't know whether it makes that much difference, but yeah, it's a thing.
I hand on heart, I mean, the jacuzzi that's sitting outside the back of the house, the flash car, the jet, and I mean, it's all paid for by YouTube. So thank you. I've
got a buddy of mine coming over to see me tomorrow night just to give me a little bit of a photography lesson. And I said, cool, what do you want me to get in for you to have a drink? He went, just a cold one will be fine. I said, well, you know, this house is all red wine and champagne. So, you know, you're going to have to be a bit more specific. He's living the rock star dream, I tell you.
A quick one. Morris Heath is asking, what's the album? It's Gary Newman Splinter. There you go.
Is that the new one or an old one?
No, that's his last album. His new album's out in September. Yeah.
Very good. Now then, have we got any questions? If there are any questions, we're not going to be going on forever tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised we've been going as long as we have. I think I probably talked a bit too much. But no, if you've got any questions, please start them with @Todd's Reviews or @Vaping Biker. That's who I am, isn't it? And that hopefully will highlight it. And obviously, if you do use a super chat, then that makes it absolutely obvious, and we can't miss that question then. So then, Andy Sullivan just says, "Hi, Todd."
Hi.
he's in uppercase, so it must be important. Is people saying West End? Is West End e-liquid in it? Oh, yes, he is. How are we doing, West End e-liquids? Thank you very much indeed. Now then, yes, @Todd's Reviews, what's your favorite RDA? Hey,
Yeah, it's been the Narda for 2 years now, and it continues to be the Narda. There you go.
Boom, fixed. There we go then. So, Vaping Biker, are you doing the live vlogs every week now? Not intentionally. It comes down to a little bit of laziness on my part, to be honest with you. Generally on Mondays, I'm super busy with correspondence and with kind of a whole bunch of emails and suppliers and all that sort of good stuff. So it's that tends to take up a lot of my time. Then there's the inevitable bit of a tidy that has to happen after the weekend of being a dick in the office or in the studio, and so no, I don't often get the time to record the vlog as I'd like to. So live just seems to work really. But it's not a permanent thing. If it was a permanent, definite kind of, you know, then I think I would get bored of it, and probably Mr. Todd would as well.
Yeah.
Will your new channel be the adventures of a cooking snake, the baking viper? Hey, the baking viper has been a thing for a while now. No, it will not. At Tony's e-cig, at Vaping Biker, who is your go-to reviewer? That would be Mr. Todd. It's got nothing to do with the fact that he's the only reviewer in the chat at the or in the room at the moment. At Todd's Reviews and me, have either of us seen the Therian BF DNA 75C? Asked John Cook, and yes, we have.
Yes.
There we go. That answers that one. There will be a different O-ring in the top of it, because I know that the original one for some people had a bit of a leaking issue, and apparently an O-ring has fixed that. So I do know that information I can let people know about. What?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to rush out and buy one right now.
Yeah.
O-ring.
But it's got the DNA 75C, so you can put a pretty picture on it. Yay.
Yeah.
Kirk Zvinos, any thoughts on the VGod Elite mic for either of us? Neither of us have it, Kirk, so neither of us I have got any opinion on it at all, my friend. At Todd's Reviews, what is that you're vaping? Do you want to let people know what your pipe's all about tonight again?
That's a German pipe, and I can't remember the name of the guy that Morris, is it Morris that makes it? Somebody did a review about it. It's on a channel somewhere.
Go and check out Todd's Reviews for his review on it. It's cool.
Yes.
Osh Posh has asked us a couple of times, or we've been asked a couple of times, but Osh Posh is how much juice do you vape in a week? I get through between probably 15 and 35 mil a day, and you get through considerably less, I imagine.
A lot less. I mean, about 7 mil, possibly 10 at push. It always depends on what I'm reviewing. I mean, you're just cloudy shit all the time.
Well, apart from the new Vandy Vape Berserker mod that I'll be looking at when it comes to me in the next couple of days. So that's a little mouth to lung one that's very affordable. And I'm just looking forward to the fact that I might review a mouth to lung tank that you may not.
Oh, get in there.
How about pairing cars with bike? No, what? Mods with cars and bikes? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Can I? Balosin Soren has just said, how would long bottom leaf run through that pipe? Who made long bottom leaf? It was a juice range that it was back in the day. It was absolutely awesome, the liquids they did. And if you can remember, please tell me what it was, what company it was, because it's gone out my mind completely.
Nice. Any thoughts on the COV Tempest? No, none at all from me.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope, none from me.
No. I'm sat here watching the vlog, designing a t-shirt for the 4%. Absolutely. If you've got any designs, I'm always willing to check them out. Don't be offended if I don't run with it. I must say that one. It's got to kind of tie into the Vaping Biker channel as well in some way. So yeah, it's a thing. But you can always drop an email to info@vapingbiker.co.uk, or you can go on to my Vaping Biker Facebook page, and all the links are always in the descriptions down below. So you can always go and check those things out if you like. Now, Lois asked Todd's reviews and all Vaping Biker. I think I'm a bit of a last resort on that one. Some fancy reviews show off things that you can only get through Facebook. Do you have any vids that tell people how the Facebook thing works? Now, I kind of mentioned something about that when I did my extruder review, but do you want to take it?
Oh, I've crashed. I don't know about you.
Oh no, I don't know. I think I'm still going. As far as I know, we're still
going.
I'm
back again. I'm back again. Sorry. Sorry, I was just reading that. Pipe Sauce was the name of the by ePipe Mods. You used to be able to buy the juice on there. Anyway, sorry, I digress. What was the question?
Do you want to tell people what the Facebook thing about is for posh stuff? So basically, the X1 game.
The X1, the F5 crew, and all that carry on. I'm married to your brother, so I'm allowed to buy your mod type thing. If you started up your own mod company and you're only able to sell, say, build 10 of them a week, the easiest and quickest way to do it is to do it through a Facebook group. But the thing is, they don't just open these groups to everyone, because these days they're worried about people coming onto the group, just buying the mod, because it's so exclusive that that person will then go and then flip that mod for a profit. So that's why these groups nearly always get tied down. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. I know it sucks. And there's a lot of groups I can't get into or don't want to get into. Yeah, it just sucks. You've just got to persevere. And spend a lot of time on Facebook. Over to you.
And so what happens once you're in that group? Someone says they're going to open a list, and then if you've got an interest in that list, you just type X1 in the comments, and then once they've kind of closed that list, after usually like a couple of hours or something, then all of those names go into a randomizer, and if they've only got 10 mods going, then they'll show those 10 mods, or they'll randomize the first 10 people, for instance, to get the option of buying one of those mods. So it's a little bit of a fuck-arsy roundabout way about doing things, but there's very few ways of making it fair. And like Todd says, to stop the flipping idea and all that sort of stuff. Not the flipping idea, but the flipping idea. Yeah, there has to be a way of doing it, and it's very difficult. A lot of people get their nose pay out of joint. A lot of people feel entitled to mods, but yeah, it's just the way these things have to work, unfortunately.
I mean, the thing, I mean, one way of looking at it is that once I made this pipe, once it's finished, I just put it on a website, and Tom, Dick, or Harry can come along and buy it. I've made my money. I don't give a shit what happens after that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these mod makers, it becomes a little community, and that community gets bigger and bigger as these mods sell. So it's whether or not you're almost buying into that whole community thing as well.
Yeah. And an advantage to that is if you have any problems or you have any questions, you've got that community that's already all about that mod. So you can ask questions and all that sort of stuff and get answers.
But the other thing, isn't it? That's a good point, is that you don't have to buy these mods. You don't have to chase them. There are hundreds and hundreds of other mods and ATIs available. It's just a tiny little segment of the market. And just because it's unobtainable doesn't mean that it's the best thing that you can spend your money on. Believe me, there's a lot of stuff that you could probably buy something for a fraction of the price and it will do just the same job.
Absolutely. So yeah, hopefully that answers your questions there, Lois. Right then, Tony's E6 stuff. I was asking about the YouTube business. I did cover that earlier on to quite some kind of level with my thoughts on that one, Tony. So you'll have to watch the rerun, I'm afraid, on that one, buddy. It's about halfway through ish. Now then, what have we got? Just hooked my first Dark Star bottle shot after your review. Athena. Athena is lovely. You didn't try Athena, did you, Mark?
No, I didn't, mate.
No, we'll have to get you some of that to try. Oh, Ryan Lynch has donated £5 to the channel. Thank you very much indeed, to the Vet Fund. Well done on reaching 50,000 subscribers from Ryan and Jade at Original Vapors. There we go. Big shout out to Original Vapors. Look forward to seeing you again at Expo in October. Have it large. Absolutely. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Someone did ask what's the 4%, and I've said before that the 4% is basically my viewership is under 5% female. So if you're a female viewer and a female subscriber, you're automatically a VIP member of the 4% club. So there you go. Boom.
Coos Steve was asking you if you have the Wotofo Stenturion Ram Squonker yet.
No, I haven't, and I have been offered it, to be honest with you, from I think Matt at M Vapes or Fine Mods, Fine. I don't know what it's called it now. Fine something.
Yeah, Fine. Loch Fine.
There we go. He's got one, and he actually did a video about it. And in the comments of that video, he's highlighted something that's quite important. If those of you that have been vaping for quite some time, you may remember the old Cherry Bomber mod. Do you remember that? And that had a massive problem with it. With if you had keys in your pocket or anything like that, and you touched metal on the button and on the atomizer, it would fire. So if you bridged between the button and the atomizer, it would fire. And I believe this the RAM does exactly the same thing.
Yeah, they are releasing. They are aware of it, and they have updated it so that. But I don't know how you're going to identify the different batches. That's the only thing.
Exactly, because they're not serialized or anything either, are they?
No, I don't think so, mate. I really don't think so.
So that's gonna be a bit of a problem. What else? Have you seen 30mm thing you can buy for your 1111 mod that can change to a 30mm but it'll hold your big Buddha? Yes, I have, Louisa. Absolutely. I've seen it. I haven't got one, but I've seen it. Yes, it's basically it means that rather than because the great thing with Vapors Clouds is all of their stuff is interchangeable. And because of that, it means that I can get the XXX top and stick that on here if I want to, or change out the buttons or do whatever else. But no, you can get this kind of top half and replace it with something that goes out to a 30mm at the top, so you can put a dirty great big dripper on there if you want to. Now then, Joanne's going, yes, VIP club. She's in it. She's in it. She knows. Deborah Connor, us for 4%ers are just awesome. Yes, Deborah. Yes, you bloody well are. Now, is there anything else going? At Todd's Reviews, I'm after one of these 3D Squonk mods. Is the Runt still your favorite? Asks Tom Beatty.
The Runt is one of my favorites. And that goes back to what I said earlier. It's a lot to do with the guy that makes it. It's a lot to do with the Facebook group, the community, the charity work they do, and everybody just helps one another out. In saying that, I have to be completely honest that there is not a hell of a lot to separate a lot of these 3D squonkers. You know, most of them are using ModMaker 510s, ModMaker bottles. A lot of them are using SLA 3D printing, so they're all the same quality. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it comes down to design. It really does. But you know, like I see Kaz is saying that she's got the zipper coming.
Yeah.
I love the zipper, and it's very sturdy when you drop it. But it's really is no different to any of the other 3D printed squonkers. It's just the design and the presentation is, I think, separates it from the other 3D printed squonkers. Absolutely.
Your review is up on that now, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is.
Yeah. So you can see all of the goodies that you get with that, and they really have gone to town with that, which is very, very cool.
Yeah, and it's you can buy it from a website. It's available.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to be reviewing many 3D printed squonkers at all, just because they are so similar. However, the Definitive Designs one that I reviewed a little while ago, that's still in my regular rotation because I like that a lot, although that is a Facebook group jobby. However, the beehive that I got from Vape Fest, because it's got silver contacts in it, or a silver kind of silver positive and what have you strips going on in there. It's got the Mod Maker 510 Mod Maker bottle for under £100. Urban Vapor is selling these for like 90 quid, which I think for the money, I think that's a lot of squonker for not a whole hell of a lot, considering. Steve Burns asks, what's the best way of getting my vape mats? Well, all you've got to do is you've got to go onto the vapemats.com website and drop them a message. Say you're in the UK, tell them what you want. You buy that from them directly, and then I save you a whole bunch of money on shipping by sending it out from here, from the UK. So that's a winner. Have you got the any info on the Asvape Lucifer 240 watt variable voltage box mod?
Shite.
No, but what do you really think of it?
The Lucifer was the stab wood one from Asvape, and I actually, all kidding aside, I think it's a really nice mod. It's a really nice mod. It's just a potentiometer type thing on it. However, the metal plate on the bottom and the metal plate on the top, if you bridge them, then it will fire. So it's, yeah,
that's not ideal at all. And it's got that damn stupid fake ruby thing as a button, isn't it?
Yes, that's the devil's eye. Lucifer, you know.
Which is horrid. Chris Dobson, I messaged you on Facebook with the t-shirt design. Thank you very much indeed. I will have a look at that a little bit later. What else? Any ideas on a DNA 250 color ever coming out? There's nothing that I can say at the moment. I don't know about Mr. Todd.
I can tell you now that there will be a DNA 133, a 166 or 167, and then a 200, and then a 250. You just know it's going to work like that.
But we will be seeing something special coming from them, no doubt.
Yes.
Now then, what else we got going on here? Is there anything in Todd's shed that you'd like to have, not including Todd? TJ. I would like TJ. Go, Lois. So that's answering that one. Go on.
Not a chance.
No. I'm going to come and see if I can smuggle him out one day. Andy Sullivan asks, am I going to make an Atty? No plans to at the moment. I have had plenty of offers to do so, but I've turned that all down so far. But you never know. I may be able to release something completely different. Who knows?
Stranger things have happened.
Now then, what else have we got going on here? Todd's Reviews Vaping Bike, the Valkyrie all-in-one. Is there anything like it on the market? I don't know what the Valkyrie is, so I can't answer that one. Stephen Gibbs?
The Valkyrie, is that not the old Vicious Ant? The Vicious Ant, they had it was just a dripping atomizer and a make tube all-in-one. It was just an all-in-one.
Right. Okay. There is some of those going out already. I think the Kennedy people do one, the Ruby mod, and I think Atom Vapes do one as well. So there we go. Boom. Any more questions at Vape Market Play? There we go. Just answered that one. So we'll ignore that one. Vaping Biker review. Now what? Kevin Kono just says Vaping Biker review : Rakasas wood mod. I don't know if he's asking me to review it. I don't know if he's asking if I've got one. I've never heard of it, so I don't think I'm going to be reviewing it. So there we go. Cult Customs asks, what's the score with the trike? I said all of my spare money is going on the vet bill at the moment, so the extra couple of grand to get it triked isn't in my ballpark at the moment, sadly. But what have we got going on here? What is the Raksasa?
The Bob.
Yeah, what's one of them? Heard of one?
No. Never. He's making it up.
Any RDA or RTA that looks all right on top of the Aegis? Absolutely, there'll be a load of them. If you go for any of the larger ones, I imagine that thing from that company. Oh, what was that? The Godfather. They did a big one. Who were? There's quite a few of the kind of 28 and 30 mil RDAs and RTAs floating around now. So you can put a nice big chunky bastard on there if you want. I've got my big Buddha V2 here.
Team Crave.
That's the one. They're the company. Hang on. So this is the 30 mil Big Buddha V2. It wasn't just the Steam Crave one I was thinking of. What was that one that everyone lost their minds about a little while ago? That is on top of the Aegis, and that's that big bastard 30 mil over the top of that. So it looks pretty cool. I think that works.
Yeah. No, you're right. The mod father.
The Mod Father. That was the one. It was that one. But there was another company, and I think did they have a little sort of like a bunny rabbit looking thing as a logo as well? I can't remember. People will lose their minds and be shouting at us in chat in a little while, I'm sure. But no, there was another sort of 28 mil, 30 mil atomizer tank that was out kind of a year ago. Kevin Kono said, Vaping Biker review : Rakasas mod, wood mod. You keep saying it, but I still don't know what you're talking about or what it is. So I can't help you. Trevor Gray, what's up with the playing background? I talked about that at the start of tonight. Is there any new tanks from mouth to lung coming out that you're aware of? Mr. Todd asks Andrew Wiltz.
No, not that I'm aware. Well, actually, no, sorry. There's once again, well, no, you can buy it. It's a Russian company. I reviewed their V4 or V3. They're coming out with a newer version. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I apologize, but I suspect that they're actually, ignore me. I think they're releasing a newer version to bring it more in line with how people vape today. So it's just going to be cloudy.
Are you sure? Do you want to phone a friend?
That was just, can I go 50-50 on that, please?
There you go, the Sherman. Morris has said about that. Russ has said about that. The Sherman tank, that's exactly the one that I was thinking of. Oh, the Groovy and Groovy. That's Grim and Ruby's new name, Groovy. I know Raxas thingy mod that we can't talk about. I think now Austin Green has said that, I think that's the one with just crazy carving going on in the body of it. If it's that one, they look stunning, but they are crazy expensive as far as I know, so no chance of me getting one. What else we got? Vapor Giant have done a big one, haven't they? I think they might have done. Oh, Battery Mooch is in. At Todd's Reviews, did you dismiss the Ceto also? You didn't review the Ceto from Cthulhu, did you?
No, I didn't. No,
absolutely. So yeah, none of that. Sherman, Mooch knows.
James, James, how long have I been bonkers? Forever.
It's just varying levels on it now, isn't it?
It depends on the medication. No.
Now then, any other questions? Vaping Vic V1CK says boobs. And I have them aplenty. Thank you very much indeed. Not as big as. Don't
go there. Don't go there.
There you go. There's a little bit of movement going on there for the good eyesight. A little bit of pumping peck action. I should be a stripper in my spare time. Absolutely should. Right. Is there any other questions? Is there any other questions from the viewers? From the people that are watching live? Let us know if you've got anything. Vaping Biker, are Gablin looking to bring a new RDT out? I have no idea who Gablin are, and I don't review RDTAs, so it's not really in my thing. Glad he came in. Richard V1CK is glad. He just likes to see boobs. That's all good. Or Church has said, hit the thumbs up, show Dean some love. Thank you very much indeed. Not necessarily the thumbs up in the chat, but the thumbs up on the video. That would be great. Always nice. No, you came. What? Who did? Todd at Vaping Biker, what's the meaning of life? I think I know what Mr. Todd's review or answer is going to be, but
42.
Boom. There you go. I say it's pizza.
42. Everybody knows it's 42.
It's pizza. Vaping Biker, want to have a go at squonking. Would a Wraith and a Pulse 22 be okay to start? I've not tried the Wraith, and I've reviewed the Pulse 22, so you can get my opinion on that one on there. But there are so many RDAs that are coming out now with squonking pins that you've got a huge amount of options. Huge amount of options now, which is great.
See, everybody else knows it's 42. See, you don't watch Game of Thrones and you don't know your Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You just that's.
Wait, no, I'm kind of more Discworld than Hitchhikers, to be honest.
Oh, well, I'll give you that one. That's fair enough. That's I like a bit of Discworld.
There you go. You see, that brought out the geeks. Joanne D'Ambrosia, I love you, Vaping Biker. You're VIP girl. There we go. Lots of hearts. Thank you very much indeed, Joanne. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I love you too. Now then, don't forget, any questions, stick the at Todd's Reviews or at Vaping Biker at the start. Otherwise, we may not see them. If you put them in uppercase, uppercase, that would be good as well. What upcoming squonkers are you most looking forward to? Have you got anything that you're looking forward to reviewing that you haven't reviewed as yet, Mr. T?
Yes,
Ooh.
I have. I've actually got I've got a few more squonkers coming, but the one I'm looking forward to the most is there's a guy up in Dundee. Dundee is a city that's north of me, and he just makes his own squonkers. He's got his own little 3D printer in his house, and he makes his own squonkers. I think they're about 60 quid or 60 pounds, I should say, the cost, and he'll do them bespoke, you know, to whatever you want, design wise. And I'm really looking forward to that because they did look quite good, and it's nice to get something that is going to be cheapish and hopefully not crap, because I have a review going up tomorrow for 2 extremely crap squonkers.
And you see, people think that we always say nice things about stuff we get sent. That's clearly not the case. Vaping Brubby says the meaning of life is Turkish blend. If that's the M-Turk juice you're talking about, I would pretty much agree with that. I think it's fucking gorgeous, and I had some here, which has now disappeared. It did it to me once before, and I lost it for like 2 months. How do you rate G-Prov mods? I'm getting asked, but I've never had one. You've had G-Prov, haven't you?
Oh, you never asked me. Saw them.
Really? I thought you've had a G-Prov.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 of them here, but you never asked me.
I want to know because you're my hero.
G-Prov mods have come a long way. They're a lot better now than what they used to be. The 2 I have here look something like that, and they're very, very good. But a lot of his mods in the past, he used to make, it was like 2 halves. But now he's making them out of 1 solid block. Yeah, they're good. He's a nice guy as well. He's a nice guy. So. Excellent.
Okay, cool. When are you going to make a video review of the Medusa RDTA? Well, I'm not. There we go. That's that. Is your health better now? Asks Andrew Hopkins to me. No, not really. No.
Oh, did you see Peter Meach?
Yes, I was just about to get to that.
Right.
So, Peter Meach, thank you very much for the £5 donation to the vet bill. That's very, very kind of you. Thinking of starting my, please don't say squanking. I've still got the camera on, Mr. Todd. Please don't say squanking. It really upsets me. Squonking. It's always the squonking. RTA/RBA preferably, but what would you recommend? I'm not entirely sure of the question there, Peter, because you wouldn't want a tank on a squonker unless it's one of these little things like the little the little Bomatech Pindad, this sort of thing, which you can fill up while you're squonking, which is actually rather splendid. And I think there's 1 or 2 tanks like that these days. But yeah, that's I've got a playlist about squonking stuff. So there's lots of squonking RDAs on there. So it depends if you want 22, 24, 25, and what type of build deck that you want. There's a lot of very, very easy build decks out there now, though. So there's plenty there for you to choose from. Unless you've got a suggestion there, Mr. T.
I also have a playlist on Todd's reviews about squonking. No, for squonking, the usual, mate. You know, is it mech? Is it regulated? Are you going to be blowing clouds? Are you just looking for a gentlemanly vape? So many things. But go and watch the reviews. For my out of the current crop, I really, really like the Dead Rabbit. I think that's a great RDA.
Yeah. I've got my Dead Rabbit on my definitive designs constantly these days. Yeah. Big fan of it. Legion Votes, can I have 92 of your subscribers so I can reach 1,000? No.
Yeah.
I can't beat Todd if I'm going to be giving them away now, can I?
Yeah. I've got plenty. I'll give them to you. I don't mind.
Right. Well, that was a bit of a big old push through just then. I've just lost a load of the things. So what's going on here, Dean? Wall or screen? What and why? Well, should have been there at the start, Mr. Vic V1CK. Then you would have known. But it's the thing.
Terrible.
Hey.
You don't think it's terrible that you've got, you know, reviewers like that Richard What's his face V1CK that come on to your show and plug their own channel? I think that's shocking.
It's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, I'll stab him at Expo. I'll be fine. Vaping Panda, Vaping Biker, and Todd. Good, easily accessible squonker mech at a reasonable price in the US. I would say that this beehive, see if you can find this beehive. There must be a US distributor for those. I would have imagined. I'd be very surprised if there isn't, but I have no idea who. Otherwise, I don't know of anyone else in the US. Do you, Mr. T?
Afraid not.
Nope. There we go. That's that one. Now then, Delta Q Squared. Thank you very much for your $20 donation to the Vet Fund. That's very, very kind indeed. Much appreciated. Thank you. I really don't have anything special to say other than keep up the great work, Dean. Thanks for the videos as usual. Can't stay long, but see you later on Instagram, etc. P.S. Hi, Todd.
Todd.
Thank you very much for that, Delta. That's very, very kind of you. Now then, Max says Hell Vape Dead Rabbit RDA. We've both got reviews up for those. Yours is up now, isn't it? Yeah, we've both got reviews for those going on now, so you can go and check those out. But they come highly recommended. Do you guys know where to buy pink from Ends Game in the UK? I have no idea what that is, Gavin Hope, so I can't answer that. Put me down for your first squonk mod that you make. I've got no plans of doing that quite yet. So yes, there we go. If we got any more questions before we go, what is Todd's YouTube channel?
Old Farts at youtube.com.
Alternatively, if you search for Todd's reviews, you'll get an old fart, but it'll be his channel. What we got? Todd's reviews, Vaping Biker. What do you guys think about the mesh RDA by Vandy Vape? I'm thinking about getting one. We talked about it last week in last week's vlog, so we go into it a little bit more there, Keith. But on the whole idea about using mesh as a coil is gash, in my opinion, and I've had zero luck on getting a decent vape from it, to be honest. For the amount of power that you have to throw through it, even with stainless steel mesh, it negates any benefits, in my opinion.
Peter Meach, I would just like to say, you're a ball bag.
I don't know what he said, but I kind of want to see it now. What else we got? Chris Dobson, here's another fistful for the Vets Fund. Thank you so much, Chris. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you for your donation there. Was it an honest review?
I forget who it was. Somebody was asking about the Resurrection V2. I just remembered. He was asking if I'd done vertical coils in it. I haven't. So I can't give you an answer on that. But I did see your question there. Apologies for not replying.
There we go. I don't really like vertical coils. How do you feel about it? They upset me.
I quite, going back to the old, did you ever have the Origin or anything like that?
No. The only one that I've vertical coiled that I know that you'd had was that 14mm Atty that we had from Spain.
Shh, we don't like to talk about that.
That's only because I could coil it better than you.
Vertical coils. I have vertical coils in quite a few of my RTAs and drippers, and yeah, it depends. It really depends.
I think vertical coils lend themselves better to lower wattage, lower power vaping.
Yes.
So they can keep up with the wicking nice and easily. Pete asks, am I still using the death trap? Really fancy one, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I have got it. Yeah, I think I've got it sitting on top of my drone at the moment. So yes, I do when I have time, but most of the stuff I've reviewed it now, so I will use it again. But and it's certainly one that I'm keeping hold of. But no, I don't get to use stuff as much as I'd like because I'm always reviewing new gear. What else we got going on here? What's your favorite e-juice right now and where to buy it? Do you want to say about yours? I think we know what yours is.
Sorry. I'm just reading I'm reading a message there and I'm thinking, should I block this guy? It's you've got it, message. Oh, Stephanie Rodriguez had just typed, I'm trying to lose my virginity, but the message has just been retracted. But Stephanie Rodriguez did ask that question. I just like point that out. Sorry.
So, juice.
Sorry. My juice. Listen, I just vape goose juice most of the time. That is my all-day vape, and I do think I saw today that chefs flavors. I think they're getting the concentrate in. Other than that, it's just been Code Red and the other Cerberus
from Darkdale.
Oh, and also the where's it gone? Ah, it's gone. The Portuguese custard tart one. That's gorgeous as well. I've got more of that coming as well.
But you have no idea. Does that have to come from Portugal, or is there anyone in the UK selling it?
It actually comes from America, but I think that somebody might be getting it in the UK. I don't know for sure.
Cool. Right, let's have a little fast forward now. What's the best brand for batteries? Whatever Mr. Battery Mooch says are great. Really, go and check out Battery Mooch's page and look at all of his tests, because it's always going to depend on how you like to vape. What else have we got going on here? Nata custard tart, says Richard.
Yep, that's the stuff. Nata custard tarts.
It's gash light. What?
It's gash light. He's just that's him plugging again. He's plugging his channel. He's just a dodgy.
Cerberus is nice from Darkstar, says Lee at you, and yes it is. Right, I think we are pretty much coming to a natural finish now. Thank you very much indeed for everyone that's been watching. Fuck it, we'll go 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes cool. That just allows a little bit from the delay before people see what we're talking about. So yes, that's happening. But any other questions? Get the last couple in fairly fucking sharp, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
Richard
Lane, Todd, I've been enjoying your reviews. New subscriber here. There you go. Look, you can get a new subscriber now and then.
That's one this week.
Hey,
this week.
What else we got going on there? Does e-juice contain sugar, says Gavin Hope? It contains sweetener, but not really sugar as such. And it depends what type of sweetener as well. And also some flavors can be sweetened without the use of added sweetener. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of different things in there. I can't tell you about favorite products because they're always different. So can't tell you, and it's hugely relevant to how you feel like vaping on any given day. So there we go. I think we're pretty much there. Oh no, we've got another 2 minutes left, or a minute and a half left before we choose to bugger off. it's gone quite quickly. This has been a long bloody vlog. It's been nearly 2 hours tonight. Jesus. Kennedy 25. Thoughts? None. Kennedy stuff has been around for a long time. They seem to know what they're doing, but no, I haven't tried it. Have you tried the Dark Star stuff, Zolo, Banana Man, etc.? No, I have not. Simon Rogers says, great show. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. I haven't been really thrown off my game tonight, which has been nice. Thank you, everybody, for being... What?
You suck.
Thank you, everybody, for being nice and pleasant and polite in the chat, bar one person. So thank you so much for that. Why don't you like RDTAs, Lois? I have tried wicking with mesh. I know some dodgy old bastard who's done a video about that. It does look good, but no, it's not something that I've tried, I must admit. I
am actually vaping, but funnily enough, with the most hideous RDT in the world, the Coil Master one, and I'm vaping it with mesh, and it's bloody great.
Really?
Yeah, works great.
That's fantastic. Shady Vapes says, thank you very much. Great show again. Thank you very much for watching, Shady Vapes. What else we got going on here? Ethyl maltol is a common sweetener in e-juice, isn't it? Says Chris Jobson. Some people use it, some people don't. John D, cheers, Dean. Thank you very much indeed. Right, I think we're all good. More Todd, less Dean, says Terry Johnston. How rude.
Yeah, Terry Johnson for president. Go!
The newsreader background really isn't you, Dean. Thank you very much indeed. I'll take that under consideration. Oh, what did you say?
There's a thing you should say. There's a thing that people, if they're watching the video afterwards, they should leave a comment in below, say whether or not they think you should have that background or not.
Absolutely. Although this isn't the final one, just for a quick recap in case people have skipped all that bit, the reason this is happening is because I'm trying out different backgrounds for my new channel that I'm setting up that's non-vaping, and I thought that because the wall had a kind of a sheen of grey to it, if I put a light behind me, I could get sort of a lit up bit here and then kind of a nice smooth gradient going out, and that has not worked at all. So yeah, I think I might have a little bit of playing around to try and do that, but no, for the reviews, then there will be probably will be the normal backdrop. But no, otherwise I think that's it. We are actually done time-wise now, so thank you very, very much to everybody for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always, and thank you so much for everyone that's contributed to the Dizzy Vet Fund for those bills, and in the super chat. That's very kind of you. And once again, please, if you're seeing this bit of the video, let me know on your idea about the backgrounds, and let me know on your idea of the patronage / GoFundMe's, all that sort of stuff, and how you think that kind of interacts with vape reviewers in this day and age. And I said vape reviewers, they're not the vape reviewers. So please do let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. But otherwise, thank you so much. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. That is Mr. Mark Todd from Todd's Reviews. We'll see you very, very soon. But should we have I'll do the Have It Large, and Mr. Todd can do the cloud out. So thank you very much, and we will see you all very, very soon. Have it large.